The highest number of refugees coming to Europe come from war-torn Syria. Correspondent Hazem Abdullah is there to report on the situation.
Under the impact of the photos of people dying and the boats that arrive daily on Europe's coasts, the European Commission has announced that they have recorded more than 800,000 refugees this year alone. The question remains, why now? And what is the reason behind this staggering number of refugees, which the world hasn't seen since World War II?
We see the flow of refugees and their difficulties from Syria to Turkey, then to Greece, the dangers they face at sea and then on to Hungary, Austria and other countries. And we see how expensive the asylum process is for those countries. So we have to ask, instead of pouring money into humanitarian aid organizations, why don't these countries stand side by side with the Syrian government against the main cause of all this, which is terrorism?
International organizations say that the largest number of refugees, 34%, come from Syria. Some analysts see these numbers and timing as a political rather than humanitarian. They say that aim is to increase pressure on the Syrian government and to legitimize a military intervention in Syria under the pretext that the government is unable to protect its people from terrorists.
What is happening today is absurd. The West sees the Syrian crisis as similar to the division of Yugoslavia. What they want is to use the large number of Syrians who are fleeing as a pretext to create secure areas in the north of Syria, saying they cannot accommodate such numbers. The whole issue is politicized, with just a humanitarian mask, especially since the international community isn't helping Syria to face terrorism, in spite of the daily reports of killings and the destruction of our history carried out by terrorist gangs. They are not treating the disease, just the symptoms.
Terrorist activity is the main reason for the departure of Syrians from the country, by spreading fear through beheadings and displacement of minorities. And these extremists are now a threat to the same Western countries that nurtured them. Hazem Abdullah, teleSUR, Syria.